Hey freeze dryers, welcome back to Live Long and Freeze Dry. Trying out a little different format setup. Instead of using the body cam, trying to set them up a little bit different, give you a little bit of perspective on how things go and the process of getting your food from the tray to the machine to the packages. Today we've got a mixed batch. I've got some pureed pumpkin that we're going to do. Some pumpkin pie filling, which was a purchase mistake, grabbed the wrong can. And then we've got, well, let's get into it and see. This here is the pureed pumpkin, the pureed pumpkin pie mix. And because of the sugar content in it, I am going to cover it with some parchment paper so that if it does explode, it doesn't get all over the bloody place. But we can see we've got the Blue Alpine set up and ready to go. Matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and get her started cooling down. This here is another item that I haven't tried before. This is some chicken bone broth that I got from boiling down the skin and bones and little bits of meat that were left over from the rotisserie chickens. Kind of a beef stroganoff kind of situation. We had leftovers from the other night. Them sitting there, hey Sadie, what are you doing, baby? This is the actual pureed pumpkin that will be freeze dried, ground to powder, and used in the dog food supplement that I sprinkle on the pup's kibble. Go. Final tray are some mushrooms. Just they were in the fridge. I thought I was going to use them, didn't want them to go bad, so a little swap here. Now there is going to be a high moisture content in this, so I'm figuring this could take 30 to 36 hours. And we'll let it run, see what happens. So that means it should be done sometime tomorrow evening. And again, we've got all of the food has been in the freezer for at least 8 hours, more like 12. So we can go ahead and we can reduce the freeze time on the machine from the 13 hours that it defaults to. We can take that down to maybe 2 or 3 hours. Save a little bit of electricity as far as having the compressor running that much longer. There's 2.5. We'll let it run at that. Something I wanted to show you. After my last run, which was soup and chicken soup, taco soup, and a couple of other things, after every run, I let the vacuum pump sit for at least 4 or 5 hours so that any water that was drawn into the vacuum pump will separate out. Then I open the drain at the bottom, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit of water that was actually in the oil inside the vacuum pump. So you definitely want to make sure that you're draining the vacuum pump, getting the water out of it after every run. And another thing you want to notice, you start seeing this much water in your measuring cup when you drain off the oil at the end of the run. You want to check your filter medium and your muffler. I had to take the muffler apart yesterday morning. The filter medium was saturated and there was oil at the bottom of it. Normally I just take it and set it under the fan on some paper towel, let the paper towel draw the moisture and the oil out and the fan dry it. I had to take it upstairs and with hot water and Dawn dish soap, clean it really well, let it dry, and then reinstall it this morning so that it should do a more efficient job drawing the vacuum and venting any of the moisture that would be coming into the pump. So you don't want moisture in the pump. Moisture in the pump is going to mess with the reed valves. It's going to mess with the veins in the pump, and that's an expensive piece of equipment there, so you want to take care of it. We'll let this thing run its course, and sometime tomorrow afternoon, evening, we'll come back down here, we'll check it out, and we'll go about, if it's done, we'll go about packaging it up and seeing how that bone broth, see how that comes out. I'm curious to see how it's going to work. So until then, catch you in a bit. We're going on freeze dry. Hey YouTube, it's been 29 hours. Temperature's up good, pressure's down. We're going to take a look and see how this thing's turned out. Go ahead and release the pressure, equalize it. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. First one, mushrooms. Yeah, I had no doubt they were going to turn out alright. And then we've got the stroganoff. No cold spots, looks good. Okay, this was the experiment, the bone broth. And as you can see, it's well, just kind of a sheet, and it's super light. So that's not going to be a lot of volume in the container. We'll get it processed up. And here is the mistake. This is the pumpkin pie filling, when I was actually wanting to get just pumpkin, and the amount of sugar in there, you can tell because it's rubbery. So it's done, but like I said, it's not going in the puppy powder. And this is the pumpkin puree, and you can see very light, rigid, quite dry. So we'll go ahead and close up our Blue Alpine. We'll stop it and we'll kick it over to the defrost. And now we'll get to processing. Alrighty guys, first things first, let's get the pasta and the mushrooms bagged up, and then we'll get to our pumpkin powder and our bone broth. We'll run the pumpkin powder through the Ninja first, and then, well no, we'll run the bone broth first because that's going to be for us. We can run the pumpkin powder after we do the bone broth, and the same thing because that's going to the puppers and they're going to love it regardless. I'll try to do this one today without spilling everything all over the place like we did the other day. Now this stuff will rehydrate really well. Great for a quick lunch. Cannot be beat for a MRE, meal ready to go. Take and package this stuff up. Put it in your backpack. Put it in your lunch box. Heck, put it in the bottom of your tackle box. Have it ready to take out when you go fishing. Maybe take a thermos full of hot water, and you can just cut the top of the bag off, open it up, pour some of that water out of your thermos into your Mylar bag, and you're eating home food, home cooked food, nice meal, out on the water, up in the woods, back of the bike if you take a long bike trip. We've done that before. This would have been great when we drove the Harley out to Sturgis that time. Truck stop food, it just don't cut it. I'm sorry. I'm sure it has its place, but when you just run across I-90 in 100 degrees and the freaking wind trying to push the bike all around across the road. Nice meal, home cooked stuff. When you stop, really can't be beat. So we've got the beef stroganoff packaged up. We've got our oxygen absorber in there. Seal that puppy up and hit it with the heat sealer. And then we'll add that to our 365 meal count. Next thing we got is some mushrooms. These things really rehydrate well. Like if you're making a sauce and you want some mushrooms in the sauce, or even for for breakfast omelets and so forth, they work well. You know what? I think I'm going to have to go with a large jar. Yeah, if you're going to make an omelet, when you get started, get the pan heating up, just go ahead and pour some water over top of the mushrooms, let them sit for a few minutes, and then when you fold them into your omelet, they'll be rehydrated and they'll be great. Get the air vacuum out of there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and process up. About time, geez. We'll go ahead and we'll drop the bone broth. I kind of thought it would be chunkier, but you know, it was just a jelly that came off of the rotisserie chicken bones and skin and so forth that we cooked up. And like I said, it's not going to be a whole lot of volume involved, just because we have removed all of the moisture and left nothing but the Let me get a smaller jar. Okay, let me get a bigger jar. And now the pureed pumpkin. Blades would be good. The dogs really like the puppy powder. I mean, they will sit there and look at me if I put the food down without adding the powder to it. I know the neighbor guy's the same way. His dogs really like it. He teases me, you know. He's like, let me pay you something for this. I'm like, dude, I may need you to help me move a body someday. Take it. We got good neighbors over here. So let's get this thing whipped up. Sadie's come down to help again. Now the pumpkin, one moment please. The pumpkin is going to go right into this bag that I've got started. This bag contains kale, spinach, and chicken livers that have all been freeze dried and then reduced to a powder. And I take this stuff and typically when I feed them in the morning they get like I want to say maybe 3 cups of food and a heaping tablespoon of the powder on the food. And I've noticed that where in the past I've had to sweep twice a day, vacuum once a day, now it's sweep once a day, vacuum every other day, just because they don't shed as much. I have no idea why. I just know that this has done it. Set that over there. I'm going to go ahead and grind up the pumpkin pie mix. I don't know what the heck we'll use it for. You know, maybe this fall we'll want to make pumpkin pie and do that, or we might just use it as powder in the coffee. Give kind of a pumpkin spice kind of flavor to the stuff. I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to start reading the can before I just chuck it into the shopping cart anymore. That was foolish of me. There you are, pumpkin pie filling. Processed through the Blue Alpine freeze dryer. And reduced to a powder that we'll use for something. And the whole idea of getting the freeze dryer was to make sure that we weren't wasting food. And money spent. Now this is money saved. Folks, thanks for coming along for the ride. Successful bone broth, mushrooms, the beef stroganoff with the bow tie pasta, and the pureed pumpkin. All successful, all made possible by my buddies out there at Blue Alpine. There's a link in the description. If this stuff interests you, if you want to secure your food situation for the future, for hard times, or if you just want a great hobby if you're stinking retired like I am, check them out. They can answer any questions you got, evaluate your situation. I think it's a good investment. We'll leave that with you. We will catch you on the next one. Live long and freeze dry.